Here we go. This is what you'd see when you typically open your Blender screen. Um, you'll open a generic project and right away you want to jump into preferences and look at the add-ons. That's typically the default tab that's selected, and you want to turn some of these things on. It'll help us. First, in the input side of things, it's a good idea to have your numpad emulation on, but not the second option. I left that blank, and you'll see later on why. 3-button mouse options are good there too. The middle mouse button helps you scroll around. Coming back to the add-ons here, I have all mine turned on because I just like to, but the important ones are the Boolean bool tool. We're going to need that one. Rigify is a good one that's important for later on in the process. Texturing as well, image textures and things like that, image plane options. I'll try to highlight them when they're really important. If something's not working the way you see it here in the video, maybe just turn on everything. And then that's the bool tool one. They're alphabetical. Object bool tool relates to having objects. That's a very important one. There's a few other ones. Image texture. That'll help us later to give our Rigify here it helps us give a skeleton to the model. But we're going to use Mixamo first to do that for us. But if that doesn't work, or I'll do another series of videos later on to kind of do it with Rigify. Coming over here, you know, you have the cube selected, so it shows there. It's sort of like that's a light. Here's a light, and the other thing is a camera. And that's a typical scene. Some people delete these things out, but sometimes it's helpful to kind of give you a frame of reference. Here, what I'm doing is, by standard, when you see a lot of videos on YouTube with people work in Blender, they have the positive Y going straight back, blue is X, sorry, blue is Z going straight up, and X is red, and positive X is to the right here, and negative X. All I'm doing here on the left side is I'm dragging out the sidebar so you can see the names of the tools. You can do that also on the right hand side, and it's useful. The light is still selected, and the transform information there relates to the light that's selected. It's context sensitive depending on what you have selected. So if I had the cube selected at 0, 0, 0, okay, but the light here is selected. I'm just showing how you can move around in the gizmos using these controls at the side. When you click on the actual axis, it looks like it's a 2D kind of orthographic, but it's not. It's imagine that you're looking like straight on, and I'm trying to simulate that here with the mouse, and I'm doing just a middle mouse click here to do this sort of rotation. If you drag around with middle mouse click, turning that back on in the input there when I showed at the beginning. Now we're actually upside down, the camera. Now we're okay. Now the camera, you see the little triangle, that means camera's right side up. But the camera and the light are not really important. I'll probably move them over a little bit here just to get them more out of the way. Again, you can kind of delete them. You just go over to the right where they're, in that menu there on that sort of light gray, and you can right click and delete them, but it's not necessary. You want to save your work. Here I was taking a long time to decide on a name for our project, Simple Model. If I cut something or if I jump ahead, I'll kind of leave a black frame in there to kind of show that some time has passed. I'll do it on purpose. That's the first video.